Everybody, and welcome back. We're heading into week 7, which in previous seasons would be the midpoint of the regular season, but not so fast, my friends. With a longer regular season this year, this isn't even the midpoint yet. We've got next week. Of course, one extra game. Kind of week 9. But it's another week of football. It's week 7. Everybody's close still. We've got a playoff chase starting up. It's another week. Let's take a look at the 5 things to watch for as we head into week 7 of the Crack Kills Football League. Quick hit number 1. Let's start at the top. Premium Denim. The Jeans are 6-0 and the league's only undefeated squad. 9 straight wins for the Jeans dating back to the 2020 playoffs. But many forget the Denim backed into the playoffs last year at 7-7 with 3 straight losses. This was a Jeans team that many didn't think would do anything or make any noise in the playoffs, but then they reeled off not 1, not 2, but 3 close wins in the playoffs to win their second championship, and they haven't looked back from there. This year's Denim team, though, they're different. Led by Cooper Kupp, who is virtually uncoverable, unstoppable, and can't be kept out of the end zone, and the Jamar Chase-Joe Burrow connection, which I don't think many people could have predicted would be as effective as it is. The Jeans have not faced a major test yet. They did have a close shootout win against Superfly last week. This week, though, it's different. They will face off against future Cop, who's trailing them by just 2 games in the standings. But the good news for the Jeans is the Cops will be without almost their entire offense as the Buffalo Bills are on a bye this week. We'll see, 1, if the Jeans can move to 7-0, and potentially get that could be a playoff spot already. And 2, if the Cops can keep winning and survive not having any of the Buffalo players. It's one to watch as we watch the Jeans Cops today. Speaking of the Cops, quick hit number 2. Moving up. Two squads hit 4 straight wins last week and now look to make it 5 in a row. The Cops, we just mentioned, have won 4 in a row and look to make it 5 against the Jeans. Probably their toughest game yet. Of course, the Cops have had a couple of close wins, including last week's win over All Business. That looked like it might be in doubt for a little while on Monday night, but they came through. Now, facing the Denim, the Cops will need to perform, and they'll need to rely on some of these players they acquired in trades, which we'll see how that goes. On the other hand, the highly trained Apes, winners of 4 in a row, maybe looking to regain the luster that they had for much of the early days of this league. They'll take on reeling No Comment, coming off the lowest score of the season last week, only 69 points for NC in week 6, nice. NC though was without, and this week No Comment will be without Herbie and Mike Williams. The Apes though are a bit shorthanded due to injury and will be without Antonio Brown. And it looks like are maybe a little thin in other positions. We'll see how this one turns out, if the Apes can keep up the winning streak or if No Comment can bounce back. NC has been a pesky team, maybe not the best team or the most prolific playoff team, but can get a win when they need it. Or not. Quick hit number 3. Put up or shut up. We're just rolling from one topic to the next. Back to No Comment. Just one of 3 teams who are 2-4 and need a win today. All Business, the other team, after a 2-0 start, have now dropped 4 in a row and are without Mr. Unlimited and some other players on their offense. Disappointment from tight end Johnny Smith. And the big signing they made a couple weeks ago, Kadarius Toney, who looked like he could be a factor, already injured. 3 catches, though, before he was injured in the first quarter last week. So if Toney's able to get healthy, he could be a factor for All Business. Finally, the Tinfoil Kings, who face All Business today. They're led by Lamar Jackson, newly acquired JTT Jonathan Taylor, and of course, without Derrick Henry, but Taylor has filled in nicely, and the Kings got a nice compensation of a second-round pick. A 5th loss may not be a death knell for any of these teams, but it won't put them in a good position. And like I said, with that extra game this year, who knows? Anything can happen. Quick hit number 4. Let's talk about perhaps one of the most impressive players in the NFL right now, or in really any league, is Derrick Henry. With another big game this week, Henry could put himself so far ahead in the rushing title that nobody can catch him. He leads the league in rushing, he leads the Crack Kills League in scoring, and after being held in check week 1 with just 7 points, Henry has hit double figures since. And we're not even hitting the late season yet where he really thrives. Town did give up that second round pick to get Henry and gave up Jonathan Taylor, who could have been a valuable asset. Of course, Henry and Taylor probably couldn't be playing on the same team and coexist. But picking up Derrick Henry could be just what Shittown needs, although they did lose last week. If Shittown wants to get back in the playoffs, they're going to need Henry to continue to perform, and they're going to need the rest of their team to be up on Henry's back, getting carried. We'll see if they can do that today. Quick hit number 5. This is something we'll probably go into a little bit more next week in the mid-season report, but Bust City. Quick hit number 5. Looking at the first round, which is supposed to be a sure thing, 7 of the 12 first-round draft picks are being labeled busts. With whether it's injuries, Christian McCaffrey, Dalvin Cook, Calvin Ridley, being ineffective in general, Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, and Keenan Allen, or just having things not go your way, which you could say about the other guys in that first round. Things haven't been good in that first round picks. Most affected by it, though, we'll stretch in the second round. Unfinished business. Both their first and second round pick being labeled busts. One of those was Saquon Barkley, already injured. He spent most of his time in the NFL injured, and Barkley might just be ready to be not only labeled a crack kills bust, but an NFL draft bust. We'll see if UB can bounce back from those 2 picks, whether any of these first-round picks turn it around in the second half of the season, and what happens with the rest of the year. And it really brings up a question. Why are people trading for draft picks? When all the first-round draft picks are busts, is it really that good of an idea? Do you have a crystal ball? Probably not. Maybe it works, maybe not, but when I'm looking at a list of draft busts and they're all high picks, maybe something to consider. You do you. Finally, the player to watch for week number 7. It's Alvin Kamara of no comment. Kamara has not lived up to his billing as the 5th overall pick, but NC will need Kamara to turn it around. Lost last week without him in the lineup. Kamara hasn't performed very well, and the games that he's played well, no comments won. But we'll see if he can turn it around. Coming off the bye week, playing in prime time tomorrow night, but it could be gross and rainy in Washington tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. That's it for Crack Kills Quick Hits for week 7. Good luck to everybody this week, except the highly trained apes.